I want y'all to understand that she has every right to be with who she wants to be with. I'm not one of those people who is going to be like Serena should have never dated a white man or got married to a white man. I'm not one of those types of people. So don't come at me with that. You know what, Jay? Why do you care who she's with? Understand this. I really don't. But for the sake of this conversation, because I want to have this conversation, okay? I like having these types of conversations because I want to be able to intellectually defeat all these people who feel like I don't like Serena being with somebody who isn't black. Even though I don't think that she gets near the criticism that brothers get. Okay. Shout out to Tan. Salute to Tan for supporting. And I'm one of those types of people who just believe that people should be with who they fit with the best, right? He fits with Kim K because of her attention that she gets. You know, Kim K is one of the most followed women on social media. You know, she may not have the musical talent of Beyonce, but she's on par as far as fame is concerned. Now, Kim K may not have the fans that a Beyonce would have or some of these other would have, but she still gets a lot of attention and she makes a lot of money. And I spoke about how she really don't even need Kanye. Financially, she don't. You know, financially, she good. You know, you have women like Black China who wanted to change her last name because she knew that last name would make her money. Okay. And I will also say this about Serena Williams' situation. Serena Williams don't get nearly the same criticism from these Snoop Dogs of the world as a black man with a non-black woman would get. Because these guys pander to black women. Charlamagne the God is doing this, and a lot of other people are doing it because they think black women are dumb and they think that they can get black women's money. They think they can get, they can get black women to sleep with them, to follow them, to be their fans. And I feel like this is why black women need men like me who's going to be honest with them, to be honest with them, you know? And I just feel like in this situation with Serena Williams, I just don't believe that she wanted her father there. And I believe that she probably in her mind thought that her father did not approve of her relationship. Now, mind you, Venus has always dated white men. I saw photos of Serena. What's going on, freelance? I saw photos of Serena with white men like, 10 years ago? 10 years ago. She's always dated out. And Richard dealt with that. But with Serena, she sort of was dating brothers here and there, but they were in the industry, you know, and then she just went white. You know what I'm saying? Even dated her white tennis coach until he left her. And I just feel like, you know, Richard was always the one battling and defending them when he helped get them into tennis, especially major women's tennis. And I think that he's hurt by the fact that they are with non-black mates because Richard he's one of these old school black dudes, man. He's old school. But he's also old. And I think that when he was around them, when they were preparing for this wedding, because they said he was actually there in New Orleans, he had his suit, but he decided not to go. And the only reason why I feel like he didn't want to participate, this is her saying this, so I'm going off what she's saying, is because I think they made him feel unwelcome. I really believe that. I believe they made him feel unwelcome. And that is sad to me. Because she had a very nonchalant response to it, as if she didn't care. And she didn't care because she knows deep down her father doesn't approve of that. And I think they made him feel uncomfortable. No man wants to be a part of something that he doesn't feel welcome in, whether it's his children or not. Because Richard Williams is a very proud man. And he doesn't want to be there just to be there. You know what I'm saying? If I felt like my kids didn't want me to be a part of their wedding, I'm not being there. And I think he felt the same way. Because again, he is an old school black man. This man was married to a black woman, had black children. For all intents and purposes, from what I understand, he was very pro-black. Okay? And one of the things I never hear from these sisters when both of these girls dated out was, your daddy black. Your father's black. Why aren't the men you're dating black? Especially Venus. Now, people are going to say, well, no black man is attracted to them. Black men made fun of them. There were black women who got made fun of by black dudes, and they still ended up dating black dudes. They still ended up marrying black dudes. They still ended up having black children. That's no excuse. Stop using that excuse. Growing up, especially when Serena became more and more famous herself, brothers would always talk about how they liked Serena Williams. When they talked about attractive black women, they talk about how thick she was. You know what I'm saying? How they would want to get with her. So I never really heard black dudes clown Serena like that. I didn't. I think I think what it is that she wasn't a standard of beauty. She wasn't a Kim K. She wasn't being fawned all over. Dudes were like, oh my gosh, it's Serena. Chicks wasn't trying to look like her. Body-wise, maybe. But, physically, face-wise, they weren't trying to look like her. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, when you're dealing with this standard of beauty crap that all these women are so crazy about, you got all these women on social media making these videos and posts about not being accepted, colorism, but they leave out the fact that they're unattractive. It is always unattractive women complaining about colorism. I never see attractive, darker skinned women complaining about colorism. And Serena has never complained. Have y'all noticed Serena has never really complained about colorism? Venus Williams has never complained about colorism. But y'all say that people have made fun of them. So if people have made fun of them, why don't they complain about people people making fun of them? They've never used that excuse. Y'all use that excuse because y'all want to excuse the fact why they're not with black men, especially Venus. Venus has never really dated black men at all, but y'all are okay with that because that's your fantasy. And I'm talking about these females who get heavily triggered by commentary that doesn't agree 100% with what they think and believe. And with Richard, I felt like he had gotten to an age and with his health that he was tired of fighting them. Because I'm pretty sure he's had discussions with them. But when you have your children who have their own way of thinking, and you have your wife or ex-wife have their way of thinking, and she's siding with them, he's alone. And it's sad because if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't be where they're at. But according to her, he was there. But he ended up telling her that he couldn't do it because I think it was his health. He's going through some health issues. Richard's a strong dude, but he's going through some stuff right now, health wise. And I also think it was because they pushed him away. The media, and I'm gonna say this, I feel like the media pushed them apart. Because Richard has always had their back, has always defended them, and they chose to be accepted by the media instead of being standing by their father. Well, they moved out of Compton. People forget I believe they moved from California to Michigan, from what I understand. Now I could be wrong. But from what I understand, they moved out of state. They moved out the hood. No, I don't think sons are the same. See, it's different with men. See, the media loves to put the mother in high regard. You know what I'm saying? When these athletes are doing interviews, they always ask them about their mothers, and they give shout outs to their mothers. They be doing these specials on ESPN and some of these other channels, putting the mother in good light, highlighting how she just struggled and done so much for her son. They always try to make sure that the son is connected to his mother. But when it comes to fathers, they're always trying to separate the son or the daughter from their father, because they don't want to give that father credit for getting them where they're at. Look at LeVar Ball. Now, say what you want about LeVar Ball. Say whatever you want. But the media has been trying to drive a wedge in between him and his sons. Until this particular moment, it hasn't worked. This is what they do. They don't want to give that man. They don't want the perception to be out there that fathers can raise their sons and daughters into greatness. They want it to be the mother raised their children into greatness. That's the only type of viewpoint they want y'all to see. They're always trying to drive a wedge in between the father and his children. What's going on, Jonah? But they never try to drive a wedge between a mother and their son. If a guy has an issue with his mother, they're going to chastise him and say, how dare you have an issue with your mother after all she's done for you. But what about the fact that these Venus and Serena push Richard Williams away? They got new tennis coaches, and they just basically pushed him to the side, as if he had done nothing for them. But nobody cared. The media didn't care because they didn't like Richard Williams. They didn't like Richard Williams because he defended his daughters against the racism they faced in tennis. They were being made fun of by the white media. There are white dudes making videos about how Serena looks like a man, not black men. I'm sorry. You can't say it's the black dudes who are making fun of Serena and how she looks. Nope. There are other ethnic groups that are making fun of Serena Williams, but y'all leave that out. Y'all leave that out because it doesn't fit your narrative. It only fits the narrative if the black man looks bad in the situation. He drove her to date interracially. I only see white dudes making fun of Serena Williams and how she looks. I don't see a lot of black dudes doing that. Black dudes may crack a joke here and there, but you got literally have these non-black dudes making videos breaking down how she looks like a dude, just like with Michelle Obama. It ain't black men making those videos. It's non-black men. I had a Caucasian female who used to pretend like she supported me. She sent me a video because she wanted me to do a video response about a dude making a video talking about Michelle Obama was male. And I said, do not send me this crap. This is BS. Don't send me this no more. And she got upset and stopped watching my videos and following me or whatnot. Them being made fun of ain't coming from brothers. I've seen black men date worse. I've seen black men date and procreate with worse looking females. So y'all can't tell me that these brothers would turn down an opportunity to date successful black chicks, because they already deal with broke black chicks who look terrible. Okay, you trying to tell me that they would turn down? What brother you know would turn down Serena Williams before she got married? Now would turn down Serena Williams? Who? Black, as if black men's standards are so high. Come on, man. Her dad wasn't at her wedding because he was going to have surgery. So that comment doesn't make a lot of sense. You know, he wasn't planning to come because he was gonna have surgery. She already knew that. No, Richard was in Louisiana. He had a suit and everything. He decided not to go because of the simple fact that he didn't feel welcome by his own kids, by his own daughter. And that has to be it had to be the worst feeling in the world for kids that you worked so hard to help and defend, just turn their backs on you. And that's exactly what happens. And I don't see any other way. Just look at her mindset and her response to that. She didn't care. The media drove a wedge between this family. And Richard has all types of health issues. But it did not stop her from having her wedding and posting her child all over social media for everybody to see that she has a mixed child with good hair. So make sure that y'all like the video so far as well.